1993, Sharon Bovat. I was living in California. I lived there my whole life. The Department of Justice wanted me to testify against my uncle. I didn't know why. They were doing a drug trafficking thing. My uncle was the chief pilot of Pan Am. My uncle, I love my uncle. My grandfather told me not to do anything. He told me don't say anything. They don't have a case if they need you to testify. I got scared. I was told to leave my friends. I lived the whole place my whole life for 28 years. And I had to leave without saying goodbye. I had met a guy when I did the really Giuliani stuff. I was working on the Giuliani campaign in '93, and the FBI people, they actually got me temp jobs to do surveillance work at Bankers Trust, at Warner Music Group. Ted Turner was buying it from Gerald Levin, and I was on the floor where they were doing the negotiations, and the NFL, I was there. And then I had to quit that job when my grandfather told me to quit because he said the FBI were crazy, and that was during the TWA cover-up. But anyways, I did not testify against my uncle because I didn't understand it, and I was told don't do it, and the FBI didn't press it. The DOJ wanted it, and I have the card. And I put it on the internet that I had the card of the DOJ person. So the DOJ and the FBI weren't on the same page, and I believe 100% that my uncle was not a drug trafficker. I believe he was a pilot. My uncle was a pilot that the Reagans were very close to. And I'm learning that some of the Bush people did not like the Reagan people. So because my uncle was really, really loyal to President Reagan, I believe that he was going to be accused of things that he did not do. My uncle was a pilot. He was the chief pilot of Pan Am. And yes, he did the Lockerbie cover-up because it was done for national security reasons. Iran ordered it. Syria was involved. Lebanon was involved. And there are a bunch of countries involved. Syria, Lebanon, Iran ordered it. And they paid for it because I went to the Middle East and I met the money launderer. Anyways, I was told that I could not get emotionally healthy until I could talk about my life. And my family has been very, very upset about me blogging, especially about my uncle, because they're very protective. Well, they need to know that my uncle called me and he told me that he loved me after I started blogging. His friends gave me information that led to the truth about Malaysian Air 370. Too many lithium batteries. After I blogged about it, lithium batteries were banned from the belly of the aircraft. People connected to my uncle have given me great information that has been proven to be true. And they've thanked me. And they told me what a great man my uncle was. But more importantly is my uncle knew that I was blogging because my life was in danger. He's probably the only relative that really understood how much in danger I was. My uncle has died, and I've heard that people are going to talk about the fact that my uncle, there was a probe about his illegal whatever. Well, you know what? It was a probe that turned out to be nothing. They needed a testimony of a girl in her 20s to try to get a grand jury to indict him. They would have dragged my uncle through the mud, and it was stopped by my grandfather, who loved his son. I lost my friends. I had to create a new life. And then when the TWA happened and a cover-up happened and my uncle was a consultant for the CIA, they did a little video. My uncle got a new Mercedes. You know, my uncle knew